this video, we're going to take a look at the use of conditional fields on custom progressive capture forms in the Progressive Capture Designer. The Progressive Capture Designer already provides the capability for you to be able to branch to additional custom forms or standard forms based on the answers to fields in any other Progressive Capture form. What the new feature allows you to do is choose whether fields should be displayed on a custom Progressive Capture form based on the answers or values given on other fields on the same form. So in this example here, under our custom error messages form, we have a field called supporting information. If we click through and have a look at the edit options here, we can see that there's an additional override flags tab available to us. With this particular field, we're setting that this field will not be visible by default, and then we can come into the override flags tab to set the conditions on which that field will be displayed. So looking at the condition that we already have, we can see here that we can give this condition a name, and then we can decide if this condition is met, that this field will be displayed, and if required we can make the submission of a value or answer mandatory. Below that we can then come in and look at actually the conditions against which this field will be displayed. So we can add one or multiple and/or conditions against which this will be displayed based on the questions on that Progressive Capture form. We'll leave those as set up. It is possible to set multiple conditions against which this field on the form will be displayed, and each condition will be evaluated from the top down until a match is made, and which that field will then be displayed. The usual field type settings are the same, so if the conditions are met and this field is to be displayed, what type of field should we be displaying? With that configured, we can come and have a look at how this looks in practice. From here we can find the service and the catalogue item against which the Progressive Capture is running. Here we're presented with the first form in our Progressive Capture, which is a simple decision which will then branch to the next Progressive Capture form. On that Progressive Capture form we might use features such as labels and the wiki markup to prompt the user to self-help, check conditions such as in this example whether they're close enough to their router, whether they're connected to the right correct Wi-Fi network, and instructions about how they reboot the router if so desired. But if the issue persists, then we might then move on to the next form. And on this form again, we might prompt the user for particular error messages that they are seeing. We may direct them to FAQs that we've configured, or if they still can't resolve the issue themselves, we may want them to go ahead and actually report the issue. And it's on this field, the supporting information question, that if they say yes, we're still unable to connect, the supporting information field is shown. If they'd chosen the no issue is sorted, then that field wouldn't be required. Here we can see that that field has not been marked as mandatory based on the flags when we were setting up that option, so I can optionally provide this information. And we can go ahead and complete the Progressive Capture and submit that through. Thanks for watching.